is available.
All righty, back here at the Hilltop, let's take a look at the starting quintets for tonight's game. First for Boyle County, as we said, 0-2, coached by Denny Webb. At a guard, their superstar, Tavy Quisenberry. Quisenberry wears the number 3. He's a 5'8 junior playing in his first game of the season. Another guard is Avery Bodner. He's a 6-foot senior who wears the number 4 and has been averaging 6 points a game so far in the early part of the year. Another guard is a 6'1 freshman, number 24, Guy Turner, who's pouring in 5 points per game. The other guard is DeMariah Brown. Brown wears the number 1, and he's a 5'10 junior, also a football player, making his first appearance of the season tonight. And at the forward, a 6'6" freshman. Yep, that's right. Boyle County starts 2 big freshmen. Maddox Hager is that 6'6" freshman forward. He wears the number 34, and so far he's averaging 9 points a game. So once again, for the Rebels, it'll be Quisenberry, Bodner, Turner, Brown, and Hager. So far this year, Boyle County a little bit on the slow side of offense, averaging just 50.5 points per game, and on defense, giving up 69 points per contest so far on the year. Now for the Harrison County Thoroughbreds, 2-2. A guard is 5'9 senior, number 3, Mason Smiley. Smiley's really picked up his game this season, averaging 13 points a game. Another guard is Elijah Harris. As we said, Elijah had that big game and lost to Dunbar earlier this week. He wears the number 13 as a 5'9 senior and has raised his season's scoring average to 13.8 points per game. One of the forwards is a 6'1 senior, number 20, Garrett Wilson. Garrett averaging 9.8 points per game. Another forward is Jaden Boyers. Boyers wears the number 21. He's a 6'5 junior and is averaging 3.5 points a game. And at the other forward, a 6'3 senior, number 25, Braxton Grubb. Grubb averaging a solid 6.8 points per game this year in his first year back in organized basketball in about 3 or 4 years. So once again for the Breds, it'll be Smiley, Harris, Wilson, Boyers, and Grubb. The Thoroughbreds offensively this year, averaging a healthy 72.3 points per game. On defense, giving up about 65 points per contest so far. So there are your starting quintets for tonight's game between the Rebels and the Thoroughbreds. Kind of surprising, at least to me it was kind of surprising. This is only the second time we've ever played Boyle County in boys basketball. The other time was just last year in this same tournament, the Class 2A Section 5 tournament. That game, if you'll remember, was played over at Western Hills High School, a game that Harrison County came on top 57-50. So hopefully we can duplicate that effort here tonight. Well, as far as the Breds' upcoming schedule, on Tuesday we'll make a trip over to Winchester to take on the 4-time defending 10th Region Boys champions, the Clark County Cardinals, who got all the way to the Sweet 16 championship game before falling to Warren Central in a game in which they trailed in the fourth quarter early on by about 12 points and got the deficit down to 3, but could get no closer against the Dragons. Basically, Clark County's working with a new deck this year, as a lot of those kids graduated, but I'm sure the kids that are playing this year are very good, or else they wouldn't be there in the first place. So that's Tuesday. Make plans now to go over to Winchester and watch the Thoroughbreds and Cardinals play. And then next Saturday, in a game that will be held right here on the Hilltop, we'll take on the Eagles of Madison Southern. Now that game is scheduled to start at 6:15, so note the earlier starting time if you're planning on coming up. But just another one of a lot of home games early on in the season for Harrison County, which okay with me. So a couple of games coming up this week for the Thoroughbreds. Meanwhile, the Phillies 1-2 on the early season. Tonight, here in about 10 minutes, they'll be taking on the Lady Juggernauts of Erlanger Lloyd Memorial. On Tuesday, the Phillies will return back to the Hilltop and they'll take on the Lady Devils of Dayton High School. Now, if you'll remember, Harrison County won at Dayton last week, 48-32. Oh, they must have started early. Lloyd Memorial beat Harrison County 65-50, so 50 points is good for our team.
It says it started at 4:30 for some reason.
Oh, okay. So a 65-50 loss at the hands of the Lloyd Memorial Juggernauts. And on Friday, the Phillies will stay at home and host the Lady Hounds of Paris. Meanwhile, our wrestling teams today, the boys were at Franklin County, while the girls had a tournament down at Knox Central. Next Saturday, both the boys and the girls will be participating in a boy and girl tournament at Taylor County. So best of luck to our wrestling teams. Well, we're about to have the playing of our national anthem. The colors tonight are being presented by the Harrison County High School Air Force Junior ROTC. So what we're going to do is take a listen to the national anthem, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Boyle County. But right now, let's bring you our Star Spangled Banner.
Carrying the Air Force flag is Cadet Technical Sergeant Ferris Torres, and the guards are Captain Cadet Gabriel Barnett and Cadet Airman Sophie Simpson.
All righty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County and Boyle County, just about ready to get this game started. Right now, the starting fives for Boyle County are being introduced. Kind of a light crowd tonight. A lot of people, though, come over from Boyle County. Is looking in behind us here. Gosh, there must be 50 Boyle County fans. So they are sports fans altogether. I will bet you that 95% of the people who are here to watch the basketball game probably were at the state championship football game last Friday, in which Boyle County won their fourth consecutive for a title. Harrison County coming in, as we said, with a record of 2-2, trying to bounce back from that loss to Dunbar earlier in the week. And hopefully we can have everybody pick up their game just a little bit to compensate for Custard's absence. As we said, Justin Craycraft also not here. He'll be getting back from his cruise soon, hopefully sooner than later. But that's a matter for another day. We said this will be Harrison County's first of basically 3 games within a week, as we'll play at Clark County next Tuesday and then return to the Hilltop next Saturday, a week from tonight, to take on Madison Southern. So make plans now to attend one, if not all. I tell you what, this is an exciting bunch to watch. So if you do have an opportunity to come on up and watch them play, please do, because they are really fun to watch. And hopefully they'll come out victorious here tonight. Well, not surprisingly, big old 6'6" freshman Maddox Hager jumping center for Boyle County. Across the midcourt stripe will be Garrett Wilson for Harrison County as we're about to get this game underway from the hilltop. The 2-2 Thoroughbreds against the 0-2 Rebels. Officials say everything is ready for play, and so we'll just about get started. The ball is up, and the tap will be controlled by Boyle County. Turner has it. He'll hand it off inside the center circle to Brown. Brown gives it to Quisenberry, races into the paint, dumps it down low to Hager, who lays it up and in.
Nice pass.
Very nice pass that time. I tell you what, he's a good athlete, can do it all. But a quick 2-0 lead for the Boyle County Rebels. Over on the far hash mark is Smiley. He'll get it up top to Boyers. Now to the right side beyond the perimeter to Grubb. Braxton in front of the Boyle County bench gets the ball to Wilson. Wilson back up top to Boyers. To the left side finds Smiley once again. Smiley races baseline, pulls up for a 12-footer, short, rebound, batted around, and finally corralled by Bodner. And here come the Rebels in a rush. Underneath the basket, a missed easy shot by Guy Turner. Jaden Boyers is there for the rebound. So into the front court come the Breds. Wilson fires one down low to Braxton, and as Grubb tries to get out of traffic, he takes a little travel. So an empty time down the floor for Harrison County. El Pericutin. Oh, El Pericutin has daily lunch specials, and the always popular buffet are calling your name.
You can call it Paracoot. That's
okay, fine. Oh well. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a free meal at El Pericutin.
There you go.
With the basketball, Hager in the paint. A follow-away jumper is good. So Hager with all 4 of his team's points here in the early going. 6:41 on the clock here in the first quarter. Into the front court quickly come the Breds. Wilson skips a pass to the far side this time to Smiley. Gets it up top to Boyers. To the right side to Harris. Fakes a 3. Boy, this Boyle County bunch is quick. Harris now will dribble the ball in between the circles to reset the offense. Pass it back on the wing on the near side. Very long range to Wilson. Up top now to Boyers. To the left side, he'll find Smiley. Mason takes a couple dribbles, backs up near the center circle, now fires it into the corner to Harris. Harris drives past his defender to the basket. Ball's going to be blocked, and the rebound pulled down by Turner. And up the floor, here come the Rebels. Floating to the basket, bad shot put up that time. The rebound pulled down by Mason Smiley. In the front court come the Breds, still no points on the board. Smiley goes to the basket, though, and misses the layup. Ball being batted around, and finally corralled by Bodner. In the front court come the Rebels. With it now, Brown underneath finds Quisenberry, who lays it up and in. Tavy Quisenberry's first points, and the Rebels are up to a 6-0 lead. Well, it doesn't look like they're suffering any rust from the football season.
Wouldn't think so.
Harris on the right side, long range to Boyers. Boyers up top to Grubb. Grubb on a weave, gives the ball to Wilson. Wilson at the foul line, drops the ball, loose ball on the floor. Braxton goes and dives for it and gets it to Harris. Harris in the paint has the ball back tapped away from behind, but we're going to have a foul called on Boyle County. It's going to be called on Maddox Hager. That'll be Hager's first personal foul. 5:16 on the clock. Harrison down by half a dozen. Into the corner with the pass comes Wilson. He'll get to the foul line to Boyers. Boyers to Harris. Harris rushes to the basket. Off-balance shot is no good, and Bodner is there for his 3rd rebound. Here come the Rebels wanting to run. Turner gets it down low to Hager. Hager now splits it back over to Turner. Turner trapped, gets it in the corner to Quisenberry. On the wing to Brown for 3, good. Demarion Brown with his first points, and Harrison County wants to talk about it. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here.
Kind of thought there might be a little need for a timeout there, especially after that 3.
Yeah, with their kind of blowing past us now. We're a step behind for whatever reason, but right now it's Boyle County that has taken it right to the Thoroughbreds, and thus the 9-0 advantage. Well, like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and the Phillies. Phillies, like we said, 4, losing up at Lloyd Memorial earlier this afternoon, 65-50. The Phillies now drop on the season to 1-3. They will next play here on the Hilltop on Tuesday when they'll face Dayton. Lady Devils coming down to return a trip that we made up there last week and won over the Lady Devils 48-32. Out of the timeout, some token pressure being applied by Boyle County. Harris has it in the backcourt, takes a dribble, gets it now to Smiley. Smiley near the timeline, gets it in the front court to Wilson. Wilson goes to the block, to the glass, lays it up, no good. Rebound being fought for. Boyers has it, his putback is no good. Ensuing rebound out top to Smiley, his 3 is no good. Braxton Grubb with the rebound, his putback is no good. Braxton gets it again, and this time he's going to be fouled as we just could not find the rock to go down the hole. Wow, but good offensive rebounding by our side, if nothing else, as we were really banging the boards.
Bixler is first, team second.
Josh Bixler in the game now for Boyle County. Bixler, a 5'10 senior, averaging 6 points a game. For Harrison County, checking in, Damon LaRue. LaRue, a 6' senior, averaging a couple of points a contest. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Smiley. Smiley looking, gets it into the hands of Wilson. Wilson, double team on the wing, finds a wide open Smiley that barely grazes the rim, and Bodner is there for his 4th rebound. As we come up the floor, ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Harrison County. Come on, Thoroughbreds. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
All right. Boy, I'm having the hardest time getting Ryan to get that snap down. You have to go practice with that boy over the Christmas break.
I will.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Turner stops and pops from the right, elbow short. And on the rebound, we're going to have a foul on Boyle County. It's going to be on Lyndon Smith. Smith, a 6'3 junior, who's averaging 10 points per game. Once again, token pressure by the Rebels. Harris to LaRue. LaRue into the front court to Harris. Harris races into the paint, and he's going to be called for the charge.
He was set there for a pretty long time.
Oh, yeah.
So that was going to be a charge the whole way.
You could kind of tell from the time he crossed the midcourt stripe what he was going to do, and he sure as heck did it. All righty, under 4 to go. Harrison still no points as they trail 9-0. With the basketball, Quisenberry across timeline. Quisenberry, an outstanding football player. Tries a pass, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Wilson. Wilson outraces everyone the other way and lays it up and in. There you go. Harrison County is finally on the board, trailing a score of 9-2. Now Quisenberry goes the other way, misses an easy shot. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Boyle County. So Harrison will get the ball back, trailing by 7 as Demaria Brown comes back in. Demorier Brown, sorry. 3-quarter court, 1-2-2 pressure. It's a little more intense this time than it had been. Harris dribbles up the floor. At the point of that zone is Smith. Harris stops short of the timeline. Now skip pass is thrown right to Boyle County. Brown races to the basket, knocks down Harris, and there's going to be a charge called.
That was closer than the other one, but
just a little bit.
Ref gave it to him.
And we thank him for that. 9-2 your score. 3:13 left to go in the first quarter as Maddox Hager returns. Well, they've been here for farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Smiley to Wilson, into the front court to Harris on the left side. We got numbers, 3-on-2. Harris, a follow-away jumper in the lane is good. First points of the game for Elijah. Harrison County draws back to within 5 at 9-4 as we cross into the 2-minute mark, 2:58 mark here of the first quarter. In the front court on the right side, Brown lobs it down low to Smith, goes to the basket, misses the layup, then Grubb has the rebound, and here come the Thoroughbreds up the floor quickly. Harris with it now. Bounce pass to the left side to Wilson. Wilson goes baseline, cut off by Hager.
Nice
Ball
pass.
fake, passes it down low to Grubb, who lays it up and in. Give the assist to Wilson. The points to Grubb, and Harrison County back to within 3 at 9-6.
Addition to finish.
26 left in the first quarter. Across the timeline comes Quisenberry. Quisenberry, top of the key, fires a 3, short. Damon LaRue is there for the rebound, and the Thoroughbreds have a chance, if they can make a trade, to tie this game up after trailing early 9-0. Harris across the timeline with the basketball is met defensively by Brown. He'll throw the ball over to the far sideline to Wilson. Wilson in between the circles to Grubb. Braxton looks left, now looks right. Now takes his dribble and passes it off to the left side, long range to LaRue. DeMond on the left wing to Wilson, long range. Garrett takes the ball to the baseline, stops as he's cut off defensively by Quisenberry. Back out top to Grubb. Braxton, ball fake, goes into the paint, kicks it on the wing to LaRue, fakes the three, now fires it into the corner to Smiley. Smiley races baseline, and as he does, we're going to have an offensive foul called on Smiley, so give the ball back to the Rebels. Back in the game, Bodner returns. Also coming back in the game will be Turner, as Boyle County, a very deep team, especially with the football players back. So that was a little bit of a problem for us against Dunbar back on Tuesday, as Dunbar went fairly deep as well.
Yeah, it looks like they're dressing 13.
13's a lot of kids. Yeah. And I'd say that all of them can play. Rated number 3 in the preseason in the 12th region. Up the floor with the basketball will come Turner. Turner, just a freshman, one of 2 freshman starters. He, along with Maddox Hager, who's also in the game now. In between the circles, they'll find Bodner. Bodner skip pass to the near side to Turner, who fires a 3 from in front of the Harrison County bench, and it's good. First points of the game for Guy Turner. Puts his team up 12-6 as they've doubled up the Thoroughbreds with just over a minute to go in the first quarter. On the right side, LaRue. LaRue bounce pass to Grubb. Now to the left side, long range to Smiley for a 3. Count it down. Our first Canuck-Law three-pointer by the Breds tonight. Gets our team back to within 3 once again at 12-9 as we go under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Turner thought about the NBA 3, turned it down, now gets it to the left side to Bixler. His shot is way off the mark and goes out of bounds. So Harrison County will have the ball back.
I can believe that 24 is a freshman. I cannot believe 34 is a freshman.
He's built.
He's a Hoscat.
Yeah, if he grows 2 or 3 more inches, he can be dominant. With the basketball in the front court on the left side, long range is Smiley. Up top to Grubb. Braxton to the right side to LaRue, long range on the wing to Wilson in front of the Boyle County bench. Wilson back up top to Grubb. Grubb takes a step, now gets it to Harris, fires a 3. Good! Nothing but net that time by Elijah Harris. Another Canuck-Law three-pointer. Gets Harrison County tied at 12-12 with just 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Boyle County with the basketball up top, that's Brown. 6 seconds left. On the left side, Turner with 4, with 3. Turner fires an NBA 3, and it's off the flange, no good. Damon LaRue gets the rebound, but that will bring us to the end of the first quarter of play with your score. Harrison County 12, Boyle County likewise. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN.
Lexington's Cattle Center.
All righty, back here at the Hilltop. Well, the Thoroughbreds thought they'd be a good host and spot the visiting Boyle County Rebels 9 points, but
you don't have to be that nice.
Once they said, okay, enough of the nice guy, they outscored the Rebels over the remainder of that first quarter 12-3 to take us into the second quarter all knotted up at 12 apiece. And the Breds have a chance to take their first lead of the game as they'll get the ball to begin things here in the second quarter. Inbounds pass will come to Harris. Harris guarded by Bodner as he crosses the timeline. Throws the ball away. A steal that time by Brown. Brown goes to the basket and lays it in. And that will put the Boyle County Rebels back out on top by a score of 14-12. Pressure being applied by the Rebels. LaRue bringing it up the floor. LaRue to the left side, long range to Wilson. In the corner finds Harris. Harris drives to the paint, to the block. His shot's no good, but he's fouled. And will go to the line for 2. First free throws of the night for either team. That foul's on Bodner. It'll be Bodner's first. Harris on the season, a 67% free throw shooter. Has a team high 5 points so far, a deuce in the tray, and now no free throw there as he misses that one. He can still get his team back to within 1 if he can make this free throw here. Harris, senior, 2-year starter. Really came on towards the end of last year. Second free throw is going to be good, and Harrison County is back to within 1 at 14-13. So we said 7.5 minutes left to go in the early stages of the second quarter. There's a pass to the left side to Quisenberry. No-look pass. In fact, the guy who he was throwing it to wasn't looking either.
Right.
And Jaden Boyers was right there to pick off the pass. That's 3 turnovers now for Boyle County. Harrison County has 4. LaRue on the right side. Up top finds Boyers to the left side. Long range to Smiley. Smiley goes between the circles. Now backs up. Gets it in the corner to the far side to Harris. Harris up top to Boyers. Dumps it down low. Oh, it looked like the Turner was holding on to Wilson, but they didn't call it. Wilson diving for the ball. Can't get it. So give the ball back to Boyle County. Braxton Grubb comes back in the game now. He'll replace Smiley, who gets his first break of the game. 14-13. Boyle County leads. And then they have the ball. Across the timeline comes Quisenberry over on the right side in front of the stable to Turner. Turner back up top to Brown, long range. Brown trying to get away from the harassment of LaRue. Gets it to the elbow to Quisenberry. Quisenberry in the paint, dumps it down on the block to Hager. Reverse layup is no good. Ball being bounced around, and Boyers comes up with it for the Thoroughbreds. 3 rebounds on the night so far for Jaden, who had 7 against Dunbar. Harris across the timeline. His team down by 1. Gets it between the circles to Grubb. Grubb looks to his right, now looks to his left, and now back to his right again. Gets it to LaRue. LaRue now calls out the play as he goes near the center circle, now to the far hash mark to Wilson, in the corner to Grubb. Grubb looking for help, finds Boyers at the top of the key to the right side to Harris. Harris lines up, his defender goes into the paint to the basket. His shot's going to be blocked out of there by Hager. Rebound is going to be saved from going out of bounds. And Jaden did a nice job there.
He did.
But still, all alone is Hager the other way and slams it home. Slam dunk by the freshman, Maddox Hager, puts his team up 16-13 in that scramble for the loose ball. He got away. 5:47 left to go in the second quarter. Harrison down by 3, and now we'll have a whistle and a illegal screen set by Jaden Boyers. That'll be Boyers' first personal foul.
And leaned into it a little bit.
All of a sudden, our turnovers starting to add up a bit as we've turned the ball over 2 of our last 3 times down the floor. Mason Smiley returns to the floor for Harrison. They now trail by 3. The Breds got down by as many as 9 in the first quarter. Boyle County has never trailed. In the front court, Brown on the left side. Lobs to the far side to Quisenberry. Back up top to Brown. Thought about the 3 for a second, but LaRue got on him. Now here's an NBA 3 by Turner. In and out. But going in flying for the rebound is Bodner, who puts it up and in. First points of the game for Bodner. And that will put his team up 18-13. 5:15 left in the first half. In the front court with the basketball, Smiley. Pass to the right wing to Boyers. Boyers in between the circles to Wilson. He almost got to let it get away from him, but he's able to retrieve it. Back on the near side to Smiley. Down on the block to Boyers. Boyers up and under move. Off the glass too hard. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Turner. And here come the Rebels once again. Into the front court, Turner lobs it from 10 feet away. No good. And Braxton Grubb is there for the rebound. Here come the Breds needing a bucket. Let's be patient and get a good shot off. 4:41 left to go in the quickly moving first half of play. Here's a steal by Bodner. Lays it up and in. Just not a very crisp pass at all. And Bodner puts his team up 20-13. Breds have given up now 7 straight points. With the basketball, LaRue. And once again, he throws the ball away. This time, Quisenberry picking up the loose ball and putting it into the basket. Timeout called by Harrison County. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. But Trent, we are not playing very efficient basketball out there right now.
Yeah, you got to be careful on telegraphing passes.
Yes.
And lazy passes.
That's what they are, lazy passes.
Lackadaisical. That's a bigger word, but it's both mean the same thing. Yeah, and Boyle County's doing what they're supposed to. They're watching the ball handler, and they're saying, well, he's going to pass it here, and I'm going to jump it. I'm going to get my team some easy points, and that's how you do it.
Right now, a 10-1 run by Boyle County has gotten them back to a 9-point lead where they were earlier. Cynthia and the Hardys want you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's Hardee's in Cynthiana. Out of the timeout, Breds with the basketball. Harris will bring it up the floor as Boyle County backs off on the pressure. Now Harris to the right side to Wilson. Wilson in the corner finds Smiley. Smiley goes back up top where he'll get the ball to Harris. Ball fake, goes inside the arc, and now gets a pass to Smiley down the baseline to Wilson. Double team, and we're going to have a whistle, and a foul is going to be committed. I believe it's going to be on Hager, reaching in, trying to get the steal. Nope. Actually going to call it on Bixler. That'll be Bixler's second personal foul, the first player in the game to get multiple fouls. From his own baseline, Smiley to trigger the inbounds pass as we go under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Harrison still down 22-13. Inbounds pass comes to Wilson, up top to Boyers. Boyers to Harris at the top of the key for a three. Rebound pulled down. Oh, foul first.
Boyers got pushed.
Good.
Going for the rebound.
See who made that infraction. It's going to be Hager, and that'll be Hager's second personal foul.
Ball fouls on number 34, Maddox.
See if Coach gets somebody up, and he will.
Sure does.
Coming into the ball game will be Lance Sloan. Sloan, a 6'2 senior who has yet to score this season.
In the game for Boyle County, number
I think
33,
Sloan is a
Sloan.
football player. No, he's not. From his own baseline, Smiley tries to get the ball in bounds, but Boyers is grabbed by the new man, Sloan, before he can get away. So Sloan makes his presence known in the negative way.
Sloan is first, team fourth.
From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Smiley, as the referee is telling Boyers and Sloan to not mix it up so hard. From his own, Smiley gets it down low to Grubb, who puts it up and in.
Like that play.
Give the assist to Smiley, the points to Grubb, and Harrison County breaks that 10-1 string and gets back to within 7 at 22-15. With the basketball on the far side is Turner. Gets it up top into the hands of Brown. Brown goes down to the block. His shot's going to be negated because of a travel. Fourth turnover for Boyle County here in the first half. Harrison County
get a little pressure here, probably.
Yep, they'll apply that three-quarter court pressure we saw earlier. Inbounds pass comes to Smiley. Smiley trying to get away from the very dangerous Quisenberry. Gets into the front court. Now in between the circles, backs up near the timeline. Pass to the right side, long range to Harris. Now in front of the Boyle County bench, Wilson has it. Wilson up top to Boyers, left side Grubb. Braxton's got to look more for the basket. Gets it in the corner now to Harris. Harris races baseline to the basket, puts it up, no good, but he's fouled. And Elijah, upset with himself for not making that shot, will be going to the line for two. Foul is going to be called on Bixler, and that'll be Bixler's third. And that will for sure get him a seat after this first free throw by Harris. Harris 1 for 2 from the line. First free throw by the senior at the 3:07 mark of the first half is good. Coming into the game will be Bodner replacing Bixler. Harrison County sneaks back to within 6 at 22-16 with another free throw for Harris upcoming. Senior spins the ball in his hand, and his free throw is good. Breds down now by 5, 22-17. 3:07, as we said, on the clock. Into the front court, here come the Rebels. Over on the right side, Turner goes baseline, cut off by Grubb. Nice play. That'll force Turner to bring it back out front to reset the offense. Pass to the left side to Quisenberry. Quisenberry lost the ball, and now the ball goes into the backcourt, but because it was tipped, Boyle County able to maintain possession. Quisenberry fires it down underneath the basket to Sloan, who misses the shot, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. No. And now Boyers will have the basketball, and we are going to have a timeout called by Harrison County. See if it's a 30 or a full, and it's actually going to be full. Yeah, full timeout. 25. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, 2:35 left to go in the first half. Harrison County down 22-17. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
We say go Reds and go Breds. Come down and see the boys.
All righty, back here at the Hilltop. 2:35 left to go in the first half. Now the timeout. Harrison County has gotten back to within 5 at 22-17. Smiley trying to drive against the pressure of Quisenberry in the backcourt still. Now we'll cross the timeline. Goes inside the center circle. Now a pass to the right side, long range. Jay-Sean Lewis is in the game. Good to see Jay-Sean out there. Such a good athlete, my gosh. With the basketball now, Harris. Gets it up top to Wilson for a three. Oh, short. Rebound pulled down by Turner. And up the floor, here come the Rebels. In the front court on the left side is Bodner. His little 10-footer is going to spin out. Too much English on it. And Wilson is there to bring down the rebound. In the front court come the Breds. We need a score here. Lewis gets it up top now to Harris. Harris being guarded closely by Brown. Back over the near side to Lewis. Remember, this is Lewis's first varsity game, so he's got to get some of those butterflies out. Grubb up at the top of the key, hands the ball to Smiley. Under 2 to go in the first half. Harrison down by 5. Smiley races to the basket. His layup is good. He saw just a little hint of an opening and was able to exploit it. And Harrison County's back to within 3 at 22-19. A minute and a half left to go in the first half. Brown on the far side, long range. Now gets it on the baseline. It's shot put up, no good. And the rebound is ripped down this time by Smiley. And here come the Breds. Down by 9 twice already in the game. A chance to tie the game if they can make a tray here. Smiley to Lewis. Lewis guarded closely by Quisenberry. Be careful, Jay-Sean. Up top finds Grubb. Grubb inside the arc. Now looks around for help. Finds Wilson, who drives down the middle of the lane. Gets it in the corner to Smiley for 3, and it's good.
Nicely done. Good ball movement.
Another Canuck three-pointer by Harrison County. And we're all knotted up again at 22-22 as we're under a minute to go.
No, wide open.
Here's a long 3, no good. And the rebound is saved from going out of bounds by Smith. Now gets it back underneath the basket to Turner, who puts it up and in.
That's a good play.
As the visitors from down in Danville go back out in front by 2 at 24-22.
Under 30 seconds.
With the basketball, the Breds. Harris to the left side near the hash mark to Smiley. Down on the baseline to Wilson, who puts it up and in.
Well done.
Garrett with his 4th point. Smiley with another assist. And we're all knotted up again, this time at 24. 10 seconds left in the front court. Here's a 3 by Brown. Good. Dang it. DeLorean Brown's second tray puts his team back out in front. 1 second left, and the ball gets away. And that is the way that the first half will end. An exciting first half of basketball here in the Hilltop in the Section 5 part of the Class 2A sectional. Right now, your score, Harrison County trailing by a score of 27-24. We invite you to stay tuned now for our halftime show brought to you by State Farm and Joe Cochran. Well, we're all the scoring and stats from the first half of this game. Once again, your halftime score, Boyle County 27, Harrison County 24. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back up here at the Hilltop. We've got a good old barn burner going on between Harrison County and Boyle County. The pendulum of momentum has swung sharply on both sides. At the first part of the game, it was Boyle County who had the upper hand, scoring the first 9 points of the contest. But then Harrison County got momentum on their side, going on a 12-3 run that tied the score up at 12-12 near the end of the first quarter. But then it was Boyle County's turn to get that pendulum on their side as they went on a 10-1 run, go back up by 9, 22-13. But then Harrison County got on a run, outscoring the Rebels 11-2 that tied the game up at 24-24 before that last second three-pointer by Brown that gave his Rebels the lead here at the half, 27-24. Take a look at the scoring. First for Boyle County, they were paced by Brown, who has 8 points here at the break, including 2 trays. 6 points for Maddox Hager, 5 for Guy Turner, including a three-pointer, and then 4 points each for both Tavy Quisenberry and Avery Bodner. Also gaining the game but not scoring, Lyndon Smith, Josh Bixler, and Lance Sloan. Meanwhile, Harrison County is being paced to the first 2 quarters by Mason Smiley and Elijah Harris, who each have 8 points apiece. Mason has 2 threes, while Elijah has 1. And then 4 points have been scored by both Garrett Wilson and Braxton Grubb. Also getting in the game but not scoring, Jaden Boyers, Damon LaRue, and making his first varsity appearance, Jay Sean Lewis. That's the way the individual numbers stack up. We'll take a break, come back, and take a look at the team stats right after this timeout. But once again, here on the Hilltop in this Section 5 of the Class 2A sectional tournament game, Harrison County trails 27-24. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports on the State Farm at Joe Cochran halftime show. All right, let's take a look at the team stats from our first half. In that first half, the Rebels made 12 out of 28 shots for 42.9%. They were 3 of 8 from beyond the perimeter. Meanwhile, Harrison County, just about the same, 9 out of 22 for 40.9%. The Thoroughbreds attempted 7 trays and made 3 themselves. From the free throw line, Boyle County did not attempt a free throw in the first half, while Harrison County was 3 for 4 for 75%. Turnovers, a little bit of a problem for Harrison County in that first half as they committed 10, while Boyle County only committed 4 miscues in that first half of play. And the rebounding battle in the first half was won by the Thoroughbreds 17-12. 3 offensive and 9 defensive boards for the Rebels. They were paced in the first half in that particular department by Avery Bodner, 6. Meanwhile, 4 offensive and 13 defensive rebounds for the Breds. They were led in rebounding in the first half by a couple of players who had 4 rebounds apiece, Braxton Grubb and Jaden Boyers. Other points of note, points off turnovers, as you might imagine, because we have committed so many more turnovers than Boyle County has. Points off turnovers, that victory and that small battle won by Boyle County 13-6. Other than that, everything pretty even, and thus your 3-point difference at the half. Well, both teams are back out on the floor going through their halftime paces. We invite you to stay tuned as we'll come back for the third quarter handoff right after this timeout. Your score, Harrison County on the bad end of a 27-24 score. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Breds and
Dang it.
Phillies, WCYN, 1400 AM and 101.3 FM.
All righty, back here at the Hilltop, the Breds down by 3 as we're about to be in the third quarter. Remember, as we talked about earlier, the winner of this game will take on Lexington Catholic in the semifinals of the Section 5 part of the Class 2A tournament. That game will not be held, however, until January 3rd. Also want to remind you that if you're fed up, you can call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. We had 3 ties in that first half here in this game here tonight. Harrison County has never had the lead, but have hung close for the most part. But we've got to get out of this streaky thing. Mainly, that streaky thing was caused by intense Boyle County defense. And the Rebels, who scored the last bucket of the second quarter to take the lead, will have the ball. Inbounding it will be Quisenberry. Fine athlete. And just a junior. Gets the ball to Turner, now to Bodner. Bodner back to Turner on the left side, long range. Backs up near the center line and gets it on the near side to Brown. Brown to the right side to Quisenberry. In the paint finds Bodner to the left side to Turner, long range. Turner back to Brown. Brown between the legs dribble. Dishes it off between the circles to Quisenberry. To the left side finds Turner. Turner up top to Quisenberry for an NBA 3. Try good. First 3 of the game for Tavy Quisenberry. And his Rebels have now taken a 30-24 lead in the opening seconds of this third quarter. Into the front court, down by 6 come the Breds. Harris, a step inside the center circle. Drifts to the right side, gets to the far hash mark in front of the stable to Smiley. Up top now to Grubb. Grubb backs up, looking for help as he's picked up his dribble, gets it to Wilson. Wilson to the elbow, looking for someone to pass to, finds Smiley. Boyle County's ratcheted up their defense here in the second half for sure. Wilson has it now at the free throw line. Up and under move. Shot blocked from behind. And the rebound pulled in by Quisenberry. And running the other way is going to be Brown. And he's going to be pushed from behind for a foul. And he'll be going to the line for 2. That foul was on LaRue. That'll be LaRue's second. Brown's first free throws of the night on the year. Well, this is his first game, so he obviously hadn't shot any free throws till now. First free throw is good. Lead extends back out to 7 at 31-24. 6:55 on the clock. Second free throw by the junior is also good. And once again, the Rebels are up by 8, 32-24. Pressure in the backcourt on Harris. Double team now, looking for help. And gets the ball to Smiley. Smiley in the front court goes to the foul line. Now goes to the left side of the paint. A 12-footer good. Big basket that time by Mason Smiley.
Yes, sir.
Harrison County now back to within 6 at 32-26. 6:34 on the clock. Here's a pass on the baseline to Sloan, and as he tries to pass, the ball's going to be kicked. So the Rebels will maintain possession. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit for you. Ask a lender to learn more. That's Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. From his own baseline, Turner to trigger the inbounds pass. Turner lobs the ball to Quisenberry on the right wing in front of his own bench. Quisenberry now in between the circles to Brown. Brown back to Quisenberry out top. Quisenberry being guarded by LaRue. Passes to the left side to Brown. Brown goes inside the arc. A floater from 10 is way off the mark, and Garrett Wilson is there for the rebound. He'll get the ball into the hands of Harris. Harrison County down by half a dozen. A couple of minutes into this third quarter. Across the timeline comes Elijah. Harris on the right side, long range to Grubb. Grubb to the top of the key to Wilson. Wilson, I think, thought about the 3 for a second, but wisely turned it down as he had pressure. Now a pass intended for LaRue goes between his hands and out of bounds. Daggone it. Give the ball back to Boyle County as Bixler will step back in. Remember, Bixler had foul trouble in the first half, has 3 fouls here. Bring the ball up the floor this time will be the freshman Turner. Gets it to Quisenberry on the right side. Back up top to Turner. Turner to the left side to Brown. Brown back in between the circles. He'll find Quisenberry at the foul line to Bixler. In the corner with the basketball now is Turner. Puts up an off-balance shot. It's no good, but he's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Got Grubb in the air there.
Braxton saying, who, me? Well, yeah, Braxton, it was you. That'll be Grubb's first personal foul. Turner going to the line for the first time tonight on the season. Turner is 3 for 3. First free throw by the number 24 freshman is good. Extends his team's lead back out to 7 at 33-26 with 5:36 on the clock. Second free throw by Turner is on the way, and this one will bounce in there. A little touch on that one. Puts his team back up by 8, 34-26. Full court pressure being applied. LaRue gets the ball in bounds to Wilson, and Wilson's going to be fouled by Turner. So he ran into Garrett. That will be Turner's first personal. Breds will be having to inbounds the ball against full court pressure again. First half was more three-quarter court. Now it's full court. Wilson gets the ball into the hands of Smiley. Smiley comes up the floor. Maybe a little push off there. As Smiley gets up the far sideline. Gets it in between the circles to Wilson. Wilson to Harris. Harris to the basket. Ball fake shot put up and knocked out of bounds by Turner.
He got hammered.
Yes, he did.
He got hammered. They've called a couple fouls that were
Didn't
way
call that
less
one.
than that.
You got that right. Harrison will maintain possession as Smiley will inbounds the ball from in front of his own bench. Boy, getting the ball in bounds is a difficulty sometimes. Inbounds pass comes to Wilson. Wilson in the paint, and now he's going to be fouled by Turner.
Well,
So
he's
two
asking
quick
what
ones.
he do. You can't ride him like a horse.
Well, that might have been a little bit of a makeup call because Turner's the
yeah.
one that had the bad foul that was not called,
Okay.
and now more of a touch foul is called. So we're all even up. From his own baseline, Smiley gets the ball down low to Wilson. Wilson up and under move, a little half hook is good. Nice touch that time by Wilson. As Harrison County is back to within 6 at 34-28. 5:07 left to go in the third. In the front court, in the corner, Bodner wide open for three, off the mark, but grabbing the rebound on the offensive side is Brown. Over to the left side to Turner. Turner drives in the basket. A runner is no good. Rebound is going to be knocked away, and Wilson goes and saves it. Garrett with his third rebound of the night. Gets the ball in the front court to Smiley. Oh, and the ball got away.
Slipped
So
out.
another turnover by the
nice
Breds,
by
but then
Devon.
a re-steal by
Oh, and
LaRue.
then another steal
and a
by
re-steal by
Quisenberry.
Quisenberry goes to the basket, dumps it down low to Bixler, whose shot rolls off the rim. No good, but he's fouled and will go to the line for two. So both teams having trouble grabbing on to the rock.
That was a lot of losing the ball.
Yeah.
Getting the ball, losing the ball.
Bixler at the line for the first time tonight on the year. He is 1 out of 2. Looking for his first point of the night. Came in averaging 6. The 4:32 mark, his first free throw is good. Coming in the game now, Jasha Richards, a 5'7" junior. And you can tell from his physique, a football player.
He ain't 5'7".
Yeah, that was a little
I'm
mistake
5'7".
there. Second free throw is going to rim out, no good. And Braxton Grubb wades in there to get the rebound. Breds needing a bucket, down by 7. Across the timeline comes Harris. Harris gets it on the wing in front of the stable, down low to Smiley, to Grubb. Grubb has the ball back tapped away from behind, and up the floor come the Rebels. That's now 12 turnovers on the night for Harrison County. Half hook, no good that time by Turner.
Grubb went straight up.
Smiley with the rebound, with the basketball now LaRue. Up top to Smiley, to the right side to Harris. Harris drives into the paint, stops and pops from 10. Off the mark, no good.
Man.
And Turner will come down with another rebound. He has 4 on the night. Into the front court, Quisenberry races past everyone, now dumps it down low to
nice
Richards.
by LaRue.
Shot blocked by LaRue. Rebound pulled down by Smiley in the front court to Harris. Harris then will be called for the charge as he ran into Turner. For Elijah, that's his third personal foul. Also gives the ball back to Boyle County. Hager back in for the Rebels. Jay-Sean Lewis back in for Harrison County. Lewis saw some action in the first half. Boyle County will bring the ball down the floor as the freshman Hager hands it off to the freshman Turner. Neither of these guys plays like a freshman. Over on the left side, long-range Quisenberry gets it onto the baseline to the new man. That's Richards. Richards back on the wing to Quisenberry. Quisenberry in the paint to Hager. Turnaround jumper, good from about 12 feet away. And the lead grows to 9 for the Boyle County Rebels. 37-28, 3:12 left to go in the third quarter. Wilson with the basketball now, goes to the elbow extended, and it rolls off the rim, no good. And Quisenberry gets the rebound. Up the floor with the basketball comes Bixler. He'll get it back to Quisenberry, fires an open three, rims out, no good. And Wilson is there for another rebound for Harrison County. He has 3 here in the third quarter. LaRue, took an extra step. Was looking to pass it to Smiley. The passing lane was cut off, and he took an extra step.
Full timeout.
Timeout. We'll take it with him. 2:49 left to go in the third. Your score, Boyle County 37, Harrison County 28. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Line.com.
All right, back here at the Hilltop. Every time Harrison County makes a little surge to get the game either tied or close, Boyle County responds with a run of their own, and right now they're on one of those runs, up by 9. El Paracutin, daily lunch specials and the always popular buffet are calling your name. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square and enjoy a meal at El Paracutin. And now we got a turnover on Quisenberry.
Passed it too early back to him. He wasn't all the way back in bounds.
Gotcha. So a timely turnover, at least if you're a Harrison County fan.
Yeah.
That's only the second turnover of the second half on Boyle and only the 6th overall in the game. Smiley will try to get the ball in bounds. Gets it into the hands of Wilson. Wilson being dogged by a couple of Rebels. Ball's dropped, but Harris picks it up. Goes to the free throw line, gets it up top to Wilson. Wilson inside the arc on the left side, looking for help. Gosh, the defense is awfully stingy. Over on the baseline, Grubb. Back up top to Wilson. Hands it off to Harris. Harris drives to the elbow in the paint, tries a pass in the corner to Smiley for 3. Air ball, rebound brought down by Grubb. His putback is no good. And coming down with the rebound is going to be Bodner. And we're going to have contact on the other side. And a charge is going to be called on Quisenberry. Good play that time by Elijah Harris. For Quisenberry, that'll be his first personal foul. Coach Denny Webb is arguing that call. But he's not going to get any sympathy from the officials. Harrison County still down by 9. That's the important number with 2:19 left to go in the third. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breds and Phillies. Wilson with the basketball into the front court at the top of the key. Dishes it down low to Smiley. Reverse layup. Rolls off.
Man.
Ball being battled for, and Grubb comes up with it. And they're going to call a foul on Boyle County.
We'll take it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm like you. Foul's going to be called on Hager, and that'll be Maddox Hager's third.
Said he came down on him, I guess.
2:06 on the clock. From his own baseline with the basketball is Smiley. Smiley up top, and now we got a foul away from the basketball, and it's going to be against Hager again.
That's 4, right?
Yes. So Maddox Hager, who played fantastic in the first half but has been saddled by foul trouble here in the third quarter, is about to have to come out.
Yeah.
As Wilson will go to the line. First trip for Wilson to the line tonight. On the year, a 56% free throw shooter. Got to get that improved. First one's on the way and good. That's the way you do it. Coming back in the game, Brown. He'll replace Hager. It's Harrison County back to within 8 at 37-29 with 2:06 left here in the third quarter. Second free throw upcoming for Wilson. It's up and it is good. 8 points for Garrett. Also coming in the game, Guy Turner. Harrison now trails 37-30. Inbounds pass will come to Turner as he gets instructions from Coach Webb as he crosses the timeline. Pass to the far hash mark to Brown. Back up top to Turner, now to the right side to Quisenberry beyond the arc. He'll get it inside the center circle to Brown. Back to the right side to Quisenberry again. In the corner, a three fired up is good by Bixler.
Yep.
Josh Bixler with his first tray of the game, and the Rebels have their largest lead of the game at 40-30. A minute 41 left to go in the third quarter. Harrison County needs a bucket because you can feel momentum on the side of the Rebels. Over on the far sideline is Lewis. In between the circles finds Grubb, gets away from Braxton, and
it's
over and back
Yeah.
will be the call
Boyle.
on the turnover.
Boyle never touched it, so
No,
it's over and
sure
back.
didn't. Well, do you have a big group to feed? The Beast Pizza is great for birthdays and parties. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
There you go. With the basketball in the front court on the right side, Quisenberry in between the circles to Turner to the left side. Long range finds Brown. Brown goes back to the center circle before passing it to the far hash mark to Turner. In the corner, he'll get the ball to Quisenberry, whose shot might have been partially blocked.
I think it was.
Grubb with the rebound for the Thoroughbreds. As we approach a minute left to go in the third. Still lots of time, but down by 10. We don't want to waste possessions. Harris across the timeline on the far side of the circle. Gets it in front of the stable now to Smiley. Smiley up top to Grubb. Braxton to the left side finds Lewis long range. Lewis spins around and throws the ball away. The steal is by Brown. Outlet pass to Bixler behind the back dribble. Gets it back into the hands of Brown, who misses the layup. Too much style there. And now with the rebound is going to be Turner. As he is going up with it, he is going to be fouled.
Harrison fouls on 25. Braxton Grubb.
Foul's going to be called on Grubb. That'll be Braxton's second. And send Turner back to the line where he's 2 for 2. 39 seconds on the clock. Boyle County starting to pull away just a bit. First free throw is good. Increases the lead for the Rebels to 41-30. Second free throw by the freshman is up, and it is no good. And the rebound is brought down by Lewis. Now a steal
also a
by
foul.
Boyle County and a
Lewis,
foul
yeah.
on Harrison
It
County.
was. But he got fouled before.
Foul's going to be called on Jay Sean. That'll be Lewis's first personal foul. Sending Turner back to the line for another 2 free throws. He just did make 1 out of 2. He's 3 for 4 overall with 8 points in the ball game. Only 5 seconds went off the clock. As Lyndon Smith is about to check in. First free throw this time by Turner is good. Makes it 42-30. So Lyndon Smith into the game. He'll come in for Quisenberry, as LaRue will come in for Lewis. The winner of this game moves on to play Lexington Catholic. The loser out of the tournament. Simple as that. Second free throw by Turner is on the way and good.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Boyle County. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. The score now 43-30. Harrison County's largest deficit so far in the game. And really need a bucket before the fourth quarter starts, because I don't like being down by a baker's dozen, and I would hate to be down by 15 for sure. Well, they've been here for farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Breds will be back in action on Tuesday when the road does not get any easier, as we'll make the trip to Clark County to take on the 4-time defending 10th Region champion Cardinals. Got all the way to the state championship game last year before falling to Warren Central. But they've got a new cast of characters this year. We'll see how they're doing when we face them on Tuesday. Alrighty, out of the timeout, Harrison facing man-to-man full court pressure. Wilson trying to find someone to pass to. Still trailing. And now the ball's knocked away on the inbounds pass to Turner, who puts it up and in. Guy Turner with a dozen points. And now a bad throw by Harrison County will give the ball back to the Rebels. Boy, we're falling apart out there all of a sudden. Still 27 seconds on the clock, but Harrison down by 15 as Quisenberry will check back into the game for Bodner. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Turner. Lobs it into Smith. Smith Gets it in the corner. Here's a three by Turner. Rims out, no good. And Braxton Grubb skies for the rebound. Up the floor come the Breds quickly. LaRue trying to get the ball to the basket. Drops the ball instead out of bounds. That's a dozen turnovers for Harrison County here in the third quarter. 15 seconds left. It's hard to score when you ain't got the ball. Inbounds pass will be rolled to Quisenberry, who picks it up short of the midcourt stripe. Looks at the clock, sees there's 11 seconds, and he'll get the ball into the hands of Brown. Brown to the right side to Turner. Turner fires an open three. Good with 5 seconds left. And here's a half-court shot by Harris, which goes nowhere as the buzzer sounds. So at the end of three-year score, Boyle County 48, Harrison County 30. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, the Breds end the third quarter on the wrong side of a 14-2 run by the Rebels that have put them up by 18 heading into the fourth quarter. Breds will have the ball to begin things here in the fourth. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. They've got the best burgers in town. That's Hardee's in Cynthiana. LaRue with the basketball finds Harris. Harris goes to the right elbow, nearly traveled. Now looking for help, lobs it back out top to Smiley to the foul line to Wilson. Wilson in the paint, drops the ball, and now we're going to have a traveling call.
It was.
So another turnover by the Breds. Altogether, 22. And Coach Case and I were talking about that at roundtable this morning, that we can't have 20-plus turnovers a game. And here we are. With the basketball, Turner to the left side finds Brown. Back up top to Turner for the NBA plus three, in and out. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say it was last touched by the Rebels. So they're having just a little bit too much of a good time out there on the floor for me right now.
They are enjoying themselves.
Wilson inbounds the ball to Harris. Harris into the front court, goes into the paint to the block, shot off the glass, rolls off. Dang on it, we can't buy one. Grubb with the rebound. His putback is also no good. And now we're going to have a traveling call. And I'm not sure who they'll call the traveling call on because I'm not sure who had possession. Looks like they're going to say that it was the Rebels who had possession of that ball. From his own baseline, Smiley to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it in the corner, stolen away as just reaching in there and grabbing it was Brown. Lazy passes in the front court with the basketball is Bixler. Gets it over to the left side to Brown, who buries the long three. Brown puts his team up now 51-30 as Harrison County still being harassed out there as they just can't find any openings. Wilson in the paint puts up a shot. Good, and he's fouled, and Garrett stops the bleeding temporarily at least as the foul is going to be called on Smith. Makes it 51-32. Wilson at the line, 2 for 2 tonight. At the 6:57 mark, his free throw is good. Harrison County is back to within 18 at 51-33. That basket stopped what was a 17-2 Boyle County run. With the basketball inside the paint is Quisenberry. His turnaround 15-footer is no good, and Wilson is there to grab the rebound. He'll give it off to Harris. Harris into the front court on the right side, gets down the far hash mark to LaRue. LaRue now up top to Grubb. Braxton looking around, now takes his dribble to the right side and gets it to Wilson in the paint. Wilson backs up his defender, and we're going to have a foul called on Boyle County.
It's got to be on number 11.
Oh, he was all over him. This will be the third foul on Smith,
Kind of ran into him.
and that will bring
Yeah, he
Bodner back into the ball
He
game.
wasn't shooting, so
So Bodner in as Bixler goes out. From his own baseline, Smiley to trigger the inbounds pass. Smiley gets it. Oh, he throws it past Grubb into the backcourt, but it's okay as Grubb picks it up and comes back into the front court on the far side to LaRue. LaRue to Wilson, fakes the three. Goes to the foul line now, looking for help as he's picked up his dribble. Somebody get open, and now finally finds LaRue over on the far sideline. LaRue at the top of the key, fires an open three. Good! Another Canuplaw three-pointer, the first of the night for Damon LaRue. And Harrison County back to within 15.
That's the first
51-36.
first real lapse on defense for Boyle.
Yeah, they left somebody open, which is something they hardly ever do. Bodner at the foul line in the front court.
Yeah.
And as he drives into the paint, sticking his arm out and fouling him is LaRue. Back in the game, Hager returns for Boyle County. He will come in for Lyndon Smith. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Turner, his team leading by 15 with 5:50 left to go. Turner lobs the ball over Hager's head for a turnover. Retrieving the loose ball is LaRue. 2-on-1 break. LaRue to the basket. It's going to be fouled by Brown, and that'll be Demarie Brown's first, or make that second personal foul. So LaRue going to the line for the first time tonight. In fact, this will be his first free throw attempts of the season. Already ahead of his season's average of 2. He has 3. First free throw here is good. Harrison County continues to chip away at this deficit. With 5:45 left, Harrison County, with that second free throw being good, has drawn back to within 14. Or make that 13, excuse me, 51-38. Coming back into the ball game will be Bixler for Boyle County. As Quisenberry will bring the ball to the front court. Over on the left side finds Bixler. Bixler on the wing. On the baseline gets the ball to Bodner, who will find Turner in the corner. Turner rushes, and as he does, he takes a little travel.
That's 3 steps.
So 4 turnovers here in the fourth quarter on Boyle County.
Bodner Turner overdrive.
They've got Bodner and a Turner.
Haven't think
Well, they do have a Brock driver.
Hey,
Yeah, so they have a Bodner-Turner driver. That's fairly close.
that's pretty good.
With the basketball, Wilson in the front court. Gets it in the corner to LaRue for a 3. No, gets short. Long rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds by number 2. That's Bixler. So Harrison will maintain possession of the basketball. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com.
Job well done there, Kingston.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that.
Mop man.
He's got a future. From his own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Smiley. As the official wipes some of the sweat off of the basketball. Now he says it's good to go. Smiley looking, lobs it out top to Grubb. Braxton to Harris. Harris ball fake, moves to the foul line. Jump shot, rims out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Turner, but I think somebody might have been over his back.
Caught on Grubb.
And it will be on Braxton Grubb.
Harrison is on 25, Braxton Grubb, his third.
So that'll be Grubb's third personal foul. With the basketball coming up the floor will be Turner. 5:09 left, Harrison down by 13. Need a defensive stop in between the circles. Once again, Turner inside the center circle, gets to the far sideline to Bodner. Bodner back out top to Turner. Over to the right side, Bixler fires a 3, no good. Long rebound comes all the way back out to Bixler. And now he'll push it out front. Here's a 3 by Turner, in and out, no good. Put back, no good by Hager, puts it back up and in. This time, as Hager going to war on the offensive boards, he has 10 points, and that'll put his team back up by 15, 53-38. In the front court, reverse layup is good by Harris. Nice job that time by Elijah. His first points of the second half. Harrison County back to within 13, but we can't afford to be exchanging baskets at this point. Now we got a foul on the Thoroughbreds as Elijah Harris was going for a steal, and that'll be 4 on Harris. First player for Well, no, Hager's got 4 as well.
Yeah.
So each team with a player with 4 fouls.
Yeah, can't be too mad about a foul like that, trying to get the ball. And
No,
being
that's a
aggressive.
hustle play.
Yeah.
From the far hash mark, inbounding the ball will be Turner. He'll get it to Bodner. Bodner goes between the circles, just yo-yoing the ball, trying to bring the Breds out of that zone. Pass to the right side, long range to Bixler. Back out top to Bodner to the left side, finds Turner. He'll fire that 3. No good. Rebound being battled for, and finally Quisenberry comes up with it. Quisenberry gets the ball over to the right side to Bodner, back up to Turner. Turner in the paint, up to Hager, who has his layup roll off the rim. Then Wilson on the offside gets the rebound. Quickly, here come the Breds to the basket. Smiley misses the shot. Got to make those, guys. LaRue, though, gets the rebound for the Breds. Here's a shot put up and good.
LaRue missed that one. Smiley got the rebound and put it back in.
Smiley makes the shot. Timeout called by the Thoroughbreds. We'll take it as well. 3:43 left to go. Your score: Boyle County 53. Boyle County 53. Harrison 42. You're listening to Thoroughbred Basketball on WC Wayne Sports.
Pizza. Still going strong after all these years.
All righty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison down by 11 with 3:43 left out of the timeout. Stockyards Bank and Trust has competitive home equity loans and home equity lines of credit for you. Ask a lender to learn more. That's Stockyards Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Across the timeline comes Turner. What?
Tell him you want a HELOC.
Yes, a HELOC is
There
what
you go.
want. Here's nearly a steal by LaRue as he got his hand in there but couldn't save it from going out of bounds. Back in the game, Demarie Brown returns. Demarie Brown, 13 points. He and Guy Turner.
That's a quiet 13.
Yeah, very quiet.
I didn't realize that.
With the basketball, Bixler backs up into the corner. Now looking for help, gets it back between the circles to Demarie Brown, to the left side to Bodner, long range back out top to Brown once again. Brown to Bodner in the corner, finds Quisenberry. Quisenberry down on the block to Hager, turnaround 10-footer, rolls off the rim, no good. And the rebound knocked out of bounds by Boyle County. So Harrison County a chance to draw back to within a single-digit deficit.
That's the pressure.
3:09 left. Inbounds pass will come to Harris,
Oh, geez.
who almost lost it. Harris, guarded by Bixler in the backcourt, brings it up on the near side into the front court. Now a baseball pass to Smiley on the far side, down on the baseline to Wilson. Wilson back to Harris on the wing. Harris goes baseline to the block, to the glass. His shot blocked out of there. Rebound pulled down by Brown. He races the other way to the basket, but misses the shot, but he's going to be fouled by LaRue. That'll be DeMond's third personal foul. And send Boyle County to the line with 2:46 on the clock. Brown to the line where he's 2 for 2. She said has had a very quiet 13. First free throw is good. Extends the Boyle County lead back out to a dozen at 54-42. And now increases it one more point to 55-42. Harrison County down by a baker's dozen again. With the basketball, Smiley across the timeline, double team, gets it on the left side to Harris. He'll put up a three-point try. Good! Another Canuck three-pointer by Elijah Harris. Harrison County back to within 10 at 55-45. Clock at 2:23. Now a pass down low to Hager, who makes the easy shot. Boy, you don't let a big guy like that have that kind of time to get to the basket. 2:14 left. In the front court with the basketball on the right side is Wilson. Gets it into the hands of Smiley. Smiley moves inside the arc at the top of the key, finds Wilson. Wilson to the elbow extended. Jump shot is short. Rebound is on the ground, picked up by Wilson. Finds Grubb. His put in is good. And now we'll have a,
Not sure what happened. Knees knocked or?
I don't know, but Bodner's a little slow getting up. And will come out as Guy Turner will go in. I didn't see
Ankle?
what happened there.
I couldn't tell.
57-47, either way is the score, under 2 minutes to go. And Boyle County has the lead and the basketball. Walking it up the floor will be Turner as he looks over to Coach Webb to see what he wants to run. Pass to the right side to Brown. Brown back up top once again to Turner. Turner to the left side to Quisenberry. And now he has his pass stolen away by Grubb, who gets the ball to Wilson. Watch out, Garrett. Ball back tapped away from Baton, and he goes out of bounds. He obviously didn't hear us in time. We saw it all the way from here. From his own baseline, Smiley will trigger the inbounds pass. Mason gets the ball from the official. Lobs it to the top of the key to Grubb. Braxton to Harris, fakes the three, moves inside the arc on the left side of the paint, finds Smiley on the left side for a three. Good! Another Knupwall three-pointer. The second of the day for Smiley, and Harrison County is back to within 7 at 57-50. The bad thing is there's only a minute 16 left. With the basketball, DeMarie Brown gets it up top to Turner. Turner, wraparound pass down low to Bixler. Back in the corner here is a Brown three-point try. Good.
Ouch.
17 points for DeMarie Brown as he puts his team back up by 10 at 60-50. Up the floor with the basketball comes Harris. Gets it in between the circles to Wilson. Wilson, backdoor cut, ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Grubb. Goes to the basket. His reverse layup is no good, and Hager comes down with the rebound. In the front court, tries to get the ball to Marie Brown. He does. In the corner, Bixler three is off the flange, and on the offside, coming down with the rebound is Grubb, who has 7 rebounds in the second half. Going to the basket and laying it up no good is Smiley, and he'll go to the line for 2. Breds down by 10 with 31 seconds left. Foul is on Turner, his third.
Third quarter, man. Third quarter got him.
That 17-2 run at the end of the third. That 3 minutes. Actually, it was more like 5. That 5 minutes doomed us.
That was it.
Smiley at the line for the first time tonight on the year, just a 33% free throw shooter. First free throw by the senior is good. He has 16 on the night as Jacia Richards comes back in for the Rebels. 60-51. As I said, just 31 seconds on the clock. Second free throw for Smiley is on the way, and it is good. Give him 17 points now. Harrison County down by 8. We're going to have to foul and foul quickly. Full court pressure being applied by the Breds. Inbounds pass comes to Turner. Turner lobs it to Hager in the front court, knocked away. Loose ball is on the floor. Great play by DeMond LaRue as he saved the ball from going out of bounds, but then he returns the favor. And going to the basket and laying it in is Hager for his 14th point, which puts his team back up by 10 with 10 seconds left. Backdoor cut by Wilson. Shot is no good. And the rebound brought down by Turner. And that is going to be the ball game. Harrison County falls by a final score of 62-52 here in this first round game of the Section 5 tournament, which is part of the Class 2A sectional. And thus, the Breds are out of the tournament. Moving on to take on Lexington Catholic in the semifinals are Boyle County in a game that will take place on January the 3rd. The Breds, as Trent alluded to, were doomed by 5 minutes at the end of the third quarter when Boyle County went on a 17-2 run, and that deficit that we gained at that point of 21 points was just too large to try to come back from. We made a good run at it.
Yeah, otherwise even, yeah.
It was 21 points, and a good team like that you just can't do. In any case, we invite you to join us now for our post-game show. We'll go over all the scoring and stats, have a chat with a member of the Harrison County coaching staff. We'll also name our Judy Construction Company player of the game. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, here on the Hilltop, your final score, Boyle County 62, Harrison County 52. You've been listening to Thoroughbred Basketball.